Today I'm going to talk about why it's important to take in enough protein during weight loss and how you can increase your protein intake. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cookie Miller. I'm a certified personal trainer, a weight loss specialist, and I like to say I was my own very first client after coaching myself to lose about 100 pounds. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about protein intake. And if you have a specific weight loss fitness question and you want me to answer it next week, then make sure you leave a comment below, like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I will be sure to get to the questions that are left down in the comment section. So when we're talking about weight loss, at the end of the day, no matter how much you guys probably don't want to hear it, calories in versus calories out is number one. Okay, so let's start there. Oftentimes when people come to me for coaching, they're really not looking at just weight loss, right? They're wanting to see fat loss and they're wanting to see that toned look. And what that means is to just lose body fat and to actually grow some muscle. Okay, so in order to do this, protein is so very important in order to get this specific aesthetic look. So eating enough protein means that you are going to be able to sustain the muscle that you already have, and eating an optimal amount of protein means that you will be able to actually put on some muscle. And what happens when you do that and you increase your mass and your overall size is that you're actually able to burn more calories, and that's going to help you to burn fat. So putting on muscle is a great thing for weight loss. Now, I think the most common and probably even the easiest kind of way to get in protein is going to be from meat sources. So chicken, fish, and even beef, those are going to give you some good numbers for protein. For example, in a boneless, skinless chicken breast, you get about 30 grams of protein depending on the size of the chicken breast, and that's only going to be like around 160-ish calories to get in that much protein. I'm sure you guys have heard of so many different types of supplements, and some of them can be really helpful, some of them are just crap, but protein powder is going to be a really good place for you to just get in some protein, especially if you're someone who's having a harder time maybe hitting your protein goal. Something like a protein powder is going to be very helpful. Now, what you want to be careful of is that sometimes whenever you're drinking like a protein drink, there are a lot of companies that are capitalizing off of the fact that protein powders are becoming increasingly popular within the weight loss industry. And so they're putting like a lot of sugar and added things that you really don't need into your protein powder. So you also want to make sure, or you always want to make sure, that you check the back and look at your nutrition label just to see what the sugar content is and what's really going on in your protein shakes. But I will leave a link down below for some of the protein shakes that I like that you guys can definitely check out. But this is a really great way to increase your protein throughout the course of the day. So 100 calorie protein powder can have like 20 grams of protein in it. And so this is giving you something where you're going to get a ton of protein intake, but then you're also going to get that without necessarily getting added sugars and carbs and sweeteners and things like that. So you can take your protein powder and mix it in oatmeal. You can take your protein powder and add it to your coffee. I've got my protein coffee right here. So I just take regular coffee, black coffee, and I will put some flavored like protein powder in it and kind of make myself like a little latte, and that's just a sneaky little way to just squeeze in some extra protein. So this is a really great way to substitute your Starbucks sugary drink, which may be a ton of extra calories of just carbs and sugar and not really anything that's actually benefiting you, but substituting that with like a flavored protein powder. The one that I'm using is the Quest Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I put that one in there with some black coffee, and it's as good as it sounds. It's so freaking delicious, and that can definitely substitute, so you'll save some money in your pocket, and then you'll also save some calories. I'm trying to help you, girl. I'm trying to help you. There are some like newer, fun kind of like protein substitute type things that are coming into play. Like Quest has chips, yes, chips that are like protein chips they have like 20 to 25 grams of protein per little like small bag, but you got to watch out because these are also going to have carbs, obviously. And not that carbs are bad. We definitely don't want to demonize any one macronutrient, but it's just something that you want to be aware of. It's not going to be as pure of a protein source as like just having straight protein powder that doesn't really have anything added to it. Now this one, I was just talking about this with my girls who coach with me online, and we have like a little private Facebook group, and I was just mentioning this to them, and that's actually what inspired this video. So make sure that you are actually getting your protein in throughout the day, just in small ways. A lot of times we only think of like, oh, a meat product that we can get protein from really easily, or a fish that we can get protein from really easily, or protein powder, right? But there are other ways to get your protein in. So things like garbanzo beans or chickpeas are a really, really good way to increase your protein intake. With me being a vegetarian, beans and lentils and things like that are the way that I actually increase my protein intake, quinoa. So opening up the variety of foods that you eat is going to help you to increase your protein intake. So you may look at something, and because these protein powders have 20 grams of protein, or because you can have a meat product and get like 30 grams of protein, sometimes you look at a nutrition label on something and you say, oh, well, this only gives me, 6 grams of protein. Well, yes, but throughout the day, if you have whatever this item is, like let's say Bonza makes a pasta. It's a pasta made of chickpeas, and I'll leave a link in the description for the things that I mentioned, hashtag not sponsored. But I love Bonza pasta, and each of their pastas have some form of protein in them because they're made from chickpeas. And so it's about 6-ish grams of protein per serving. Now let's just say maybe I had like a pasta or something at lunch, and maybe I used their, rice at dinner or something like that. And I had little other ways that I got my protein in throughout the day. Well, if you just total up that 6 grams of protein 3 times a day, that's still going to give you 18 additional grams of protein that you really did not have to go like searching for, or that you're not trying to sit there at the end of the day and like chug a protein shake because you didn't hit your goal. So this is something to definitely keep in mind as you try to figure out where your protein is going to come from. I know that trying to figure out protein intake, macronutrients, all that kind of stuff can be super, super confusing in the beginning. Of course, if you guys ever need any type of help or anything like that, that's a little bit more specific and one-on-one to you, you can always apply for coaching. I always leave the link down in my description box, and we can get on a call face to face, me and you, and kind of discuss like what your goals are and see if coaching with me would be a good fit for you. So anyway, guys, make sure that you're subscribed. Do not forget to turn on your notifications, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know what you want me to talk about in a future video, and maybe your topic will get chosen. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye.